Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Tuesday, 12th March. We had CPI numbers, did nothing for the market, just kind of meandering higher. So there was no movement there. Again, welcome, everyone. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I have a class coming up in 2 days about supply and demand levels, why technically a lot of them, you have to pass on, and which ones are what constitutes a better level, so on and so forth. So go ahead and sign up for that class. Almost full. Again, it's a free class. So go ahead and if you're interested, go ahead and sign up for that. That's coming up again at 11 Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. Okay, let's get right into the charts. And again, a lot of the adjustments going into the June, I'm going to focus on. Let's get right into the charts here. So also wanted to show you started looking at the micro Bitcoin futures. We've been looking at these for a while, but this has been tracking the stock market. And the reason you're going to start looking at this is obviously everybody is, now that it's hitting an all-time high. This is also going to be a barometer of speculative action in the markets, and could be a leading indicator in terms of topping. When the market, if this continues moving higher, this is going to, there's a strong corollary between Bitcoin and the Nasdaq. So if you see any kind of cracks in this thing to the downside, this is the first, possibly could lead to further downside. So it's almost like the most speculative part of the market is right here, obviously, and driven by momentum and all that kind of stuff. So it's worth watching. And it's also a nice little, at $5, $10 per every $100 move on the micro Bitcoin. It's actually not a bad little deal to trade as well. So, here, obviously, we're at 74K. So we'll see if that actually continues making another leg higher. It actually did bounce off of some level we talked about this morning in our level here. This is a kind of a little level here, and now we'll see if we can get above to a new high, or it breaks down. We got all the way room down to 58K on the micro Bitcoin, or the Bitcoin, let's call it. On the S&P contract specific, looks like we may be making a new high. The high from Friday was 52.57. So, we've been just kind of grinding. We had a lot of volatility this morning, lots of whipsaw action. See if that goes out again and then comes back like it did here. It took out that high and then came back about 100 points. That's generally been the move here. You can see that high came up, pulled back 100 points, came up here, made the new high, another 100 points down. So maybe that's the sequence. Nasdaq still kind of lagging a little bit with Apple, and some of the big momentum stocks did come back up again today. AMD, Nvidia regained $800 a share, so that's probably what's pulling up the Nasdaq. Russell was dead today, nothing going on there. Rates came up a little bit. If rates continue higher up and take out these prior highs at 438, 433, that could be something for the market. Obviously, we're still far away from there. Dollar also not a lot going on there, just no change, hardly any change here in the dollar index, tracking all the different. So we did come off a little bit off of that level there, and right back down again. Notables again, gold is pulling back. We've been talking about gold. Maybe that is coming back down again. Copper at $4, and silver also coming off the support area here, this resistance area. Other than that, really, the other possibility, nat gas may look to break down finally off this 164 level. It just cannot get any traction to the upside. 125 is probably the final target where shut-ins possibly I've been reading some stuff. 125 could be the ultimate target where everybody gets the shut-ins just start shifting that all that supply out the market and then finally come in. So we'll see if that actually comes into play here. And then the last thing, soybeans look like around 12 a bushel. Looks like they may be looking for a breakout. Possibly they've been trying to put in a bottom. That and corn. So the grains look like also maybe putting in a bottom. But other than that, very quiet day. VIX falling back down to 13 after hitting 16, as we've been talking. I think I mentioned this level Friday. Couldn't get above 16. All of the pressure building in front of the CPI obviously is being released here. That's why you can see the thing coming down. Now the key is going to be 12 and a half or maybe even this 13 if it would hold here. But generally speaking, this is every time we've come down to here, we've had some kind of a correction. And whether we just keep grinding higher, that's another possibility. But the market does look fatigued right now. It doesn't mean it's going to go down. It could mean just more sideways. Remember, more overbought conditions, whatever you want to call them. I don't ever use that term, but these rallies pause by going sideways, refresh, and then keep going higher. It doesn't always necessarily mean that we have a big, sizable 5, 10, 15% correction. At some point it will come, but for now, until that happens, it could just go sideways and then refresh and then keep have another leg higher. But we'll see. But even on that, you still have to be careful not to chase the highs because as you saw, I showed you earlier, 100-point pullbacks are very commonplace. Okay. All right. So that kind of does it for me today. Have a great rest of your week. Again, class is Thursday. Sign up for the class, and we'll go over some specifics on what to look for on the charts and so forth. If not, have a great rest of your week. Again, give me a thumbs up. Sign up for the newsletter. Been writing about a lot about this stuff here. And I think the key now is with, maybe PPI and then look for NVIDIA and some of these momentum stocks again to see if they crack more or maybe a double top type of situation where some of these go back and test the highs and then maybe fail. That would be the next setup for like NVIDIA, particularly for NVIDIA. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of your week.